In the cauldron boil and bake, liver of blaspheming Jew.
Roman Polanski's version of Shakespeare's Macbeth, the three witches hunched over the boiling cauldron. For Kay Saarinen, it's not a case of using the eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog that sparked her interest in her concentrating on growing herbs on her small organic farm near Wyndham, west of Pambula.
When I was doing my herb culture course, and my little girl had eczema down her neck, and I thought, I'm growing this beautiful calendula, starting to get into it and work out what's going on, how it all works, and I made calendula ointment with it, and using a very, very old traditional recipe, made up my first batch of calendula ointment and popped it on her, and it worked.
So your daughter was the guinea pig?
She was the guinea pig, the poor darling. I don't test on animals, just friends and rallies.
Prior to becoming a chef, Kate had grown up closely watching her father, a renowned botanist, so the two complemented her progression to body lotions and creams.
I did find cooking a bit boring. It's the same thing over again. You can't really experiment because you're really stuck in recipes from French cuisine or Mediterranean cuisine. So after 13 years, I found it quite boring, really. And then I decided I really wanted to grow veggies. I wanted to get on the land. I wanted to grow things. I loved organic. Organic was fantastic. But always had a fascination with medicinal herbs as well from childhood. It's an old thing to do, making creams and ointments out of herbs. So you still are restricted by recipes, but there's so much scope to play around and get new things out, and I love it.
It's become more mainstream. Does that mean that there is the base of, for want of a better word, recipes that you can use or formula, or has a lot of it been experimentation by you?
No, there is a formula that I was very, very lucky enough to study under a naturopath that had her recipes handed down 9 generations. And so I got the basic ointments and the basic cream base that you've got to start. It's just like making a mayonnaise. It doesn't matter where you come from, a mayonnaise is egg and oil and vinegar, and you can't, really defer from that. Maybe a bit of lemon juice. So that's the same as a cream base. And then from there you can add on. I've had to do a lot of experimenting, and I had a lot of fails and a couple of explosions because emulsifying, because you're putting oils and waters together and waxes, so and they repel, so you can have a nice little mushroom effect if you're not careful, if you don't understand temperatures and what things do, how they react.
Now, standing in your farm here, there's things that I can easily identify. Lemon trees, now you don't use that. There's kale, the vegetable, you don't use that. Of the herbs though, there's rosemary. Now I do know what rosemary is.
Good.
But there's also, and it's your favourite, explain to me just here, it's a flower between bright yellow and orange, almost pumpkin-like in colour.
Fluorescent orange, I would say. Go the 60s fluoro. I love it. It's my absolute favourite herb, Calendula officinalis, and is the correct one. There are quite a lot of common ones like the marigold, which is, you can't use. This calendula, you can eat it too. They used to use it as food colouring as well. But the antibacterial, antifungal, they soothe. It's great for rashes. It's great for thrushes, heat rash, burns. I put it in anything I possibly can. I'm pretty much self-sufficient now. I collect my own seeds, and so the plants are getting stronger and stronger each year. Started off with 2 cuttings, and now I've got something like 2,000 plants.
I love that she makes them. They're beautiful to wear, and I just really abhor the idea of animal testing.
I just like that I know that what's in it. It's all natural and it's made locally.
It's a really old practice that's got a modern slant on it now, because the way they can bring the creams together and they hold together now, whereas before they'd all separate and it wasn't as attractive and therefore less usable.
While television and mobile phones are not readily accessible because of the farm's remoteness, technology is being applied. Increasingly, the demand for her natural product is sought after from more than just the small community markets that dot the far south coast of New South Wales. The wonders of the net now mean her product, which originates in the paddock, is now finding its way to the bathrooms of Sydney, Melbourne and other major cities, possibly in preparation for a night out to enjoy